I know you're seeing headlines everywhere saying the US has banned green cards for 75 countries, and you're probably panicking right now, wondering if your application just got canceled or if your family's future in America is suddenly gone. Let me stop you right there and walk you through what's actually happening, because most of what you're reading online is either exaggerated, misunderstood, or completely taken out of context. My name is Saqib, and here on Global Immigration Updates, I don't do clickbait, I don't do panic, and I don't do rumors. I give you facts, clarity, and real guidance so you can make informed decisions about your immigration journey without losing sleep over misinformation. So let's talk about this so-called green card ban. The first thing you need to understand is that there is no sweeping executive order that suddenly blocks 75 entire nations from all green card processing. That's not how U.S. immigration law works. What has actually happened is related to something called the Visa 92 Waiver Program and enhanced vetting procedures that have been introduced for nationals of certain countries during the visa and green card application process. Here's how it actually works. The United States has always had different levels of scrutiny for applicants based on their country of origin. This isn't new. It's been part of immigration security screening for decades. What the current administration has done is expand administrative reviews and temporarily pause certain visa services, not green cards themselves, for nationals from countries that the Department of State and Department of Homeland Security have identified as requiring additional vetting due to concerns about document fraud, security cooperation, or diplomatic relations. This does not mean green card applications from these 75 countries are banned. It means processing may take longer. It means additional background checks may be required. It means some consular posts may delay interview scheduling until they receive updated guidance, but it does not mean your case is dead or that you should give up. Let me be very clear about who this actually affects. If you are already a green card holder, nothing changes for you. Your status is not being revoked. If you are a U.S. citizen, this doesn't apply to you at all. If you filed your green card application years ago and you're simply waiting for your priority date to become current, this does not cancel your petition. If you are inside the United States on a valid visa or under adjustment of status, you are not being deported because of this policy. Who might experience delays? People from the affected countries who are currently abroad and waiting for immigrant visa interviews at U.S. consulates. People whose petitions are still in the early stages and require consular processing. People applying for certain family-based or employment-based immigrant visas who may now face extended administrative processing times. Now let's address the rumors. Rumor number 1. Trump has banned all immigration from 75 Muslim-majority countries. False. The list of affected countries is not based solely on religion and includes nations from multiple regions based on security assessments and diplomatic cooperation levels. Rumor number 2, if you're from one of these countries, you can never get a green card. Also false. Processing may be slower, but eligibility has not been eliminated. Rumor number 3, this is permanent. Not accurate. Administrative policies like this can and often do change based on diplomatic negotiations, court rulings, or new executive guidance. What you're seeing right now is part of a broader pattern where every few years, depending on the administration in power, immigration enforcement priorities shift. Some administrations tighten vetting, others loosen it. Some expand refugee admissions, others shrink them. But the underlying immigration system, the laws passed by Congress, the visa categories, the green card process, those don't change overnight. They require congressional action, and that takes time. So what should you actually do right now? First, do not abandon your case out of fear. If you have a pending green card application, continue to respond to any requests for evidence, attend your interviews if scheduled, and keep your contact information updated with USCIS or the National Visa Center. Second, if you are outside the United States and your interview has been delayed or canceled, monitor your case status online through the State Department's Consular Electronic Application Center and wait for official communication. Do not rely on WhatsApp groups or Instagram posts for case updates. Third, if you are eligible to apply but haven't yet filed, consult with a qualified immigration attorney to assess whether filing now or waiting makes more sense for your specific situation. Fourth, check official sources regularly. The USCIS website, the State Department's Visa Bulletin, and Congress.gov are where real policy changes are posted, not social media. You also need to understand that the U.S. immigration system has built-in protections. Courts can and do block executive orders that violate the law. Advocacy groups challenge policies that discriminate unfairly. Congress can override executive actions. And even within the executive branch, policies are often revised after public comment periods or legal review. This means that even if something looks severe today, it may look very different in 6 months. I want to remind you that immigration rules, especially those involving green cards and permanent residents, rarely flip overnight. Green card processing involves multiple government agencies, background checks, medical exams, financial sponsorships, and legal reviews. These systems are slow by design, and that actually protects applicants in many cases because sudden changes can't be implemented without notice or due process. If you are directly affected by delays, I know this is frustrating. I know you've waited years. I know your family is counting on you. But panic and misinformation will not speed up your case. What will help is staying organized, keeping your documents ready, responding quickly to any official requests, and working with professionals if your case becomes complicated. Let me also say this. If you're watching from one of the 75 countries and you're worried about your future, remember that the United States is still processing millions of visa and green card applications every year. Delays are not denials. Administrative processing is not deportation. And history shows us that even the strictest policies eventually get revised, challenged, or replaced. Your job right now is to stay informed, stay patient, and stay prepared. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you get accurate immigration updates the moment they happen, not hours later when the rumor mill has already spun out of control. Share this video with anyone in your community who's confused or scared by these headlines, and drop your immigration questions in the comments below. I read them and I use them to create future videos that answer what you actually need to know. This is Saqib from Global Immigration Updates, keeping you informed, keeping you calm, and keeping you moving forward. I'll see you in the next one.